All right, let's get right into Chapter 5, Part 3 of Casa Academy, covering real estate brokerage activities and procedures. We're tackling this today because knowing how these business formations work, it's not just about passing a test. It's literally about protecting yourself and your future business. So we are going to master the exact regulatory details you need for your state pre-license exam when it comes to real estate partnerships. We're looking at the rules that define exactly how you can operate, who you can actually partner up with, and, when state regulators are going to step in. Here is our roadmap for today. We've got general partnership basics, the liability trap, real estate brokerage partnerships, who can be partners, and finally, the 14-day rule. Section 1, General Partnership Basics. It is incredibly easy to form a general partnership. Basically, two or more people just agree to do business together and share the profits and losses. And what's really fascinating here is the flexibility. Ownership interests don't have to be equal at all. Like, one person could own 80%, the other 20%. Plus, some partners don't even have to work in the business. They can just act as investors throwing in capital. And get this, while a written agreement is highly recommended, Florida law doesn't strictly require one. You don't even need to file formal creation documents with the state to get started. Moving on to Section 2, the liability trap. Let's talk about the significant drawbacks. Okay, pay super close attention to this vocabulary for your exam. In a general partnership, you are jointly and severally liable. What does that actually mean? It means you are jointly and individually responsible. If your partner goes out and signs a terrible contract or racks up massive debt for the business, you can be held personally responsible for paying every cent of it back, even if you had absolutely no idea they did it. As long as it was within the scope of the business, their actions legally bind you. It is a massive, massive level of personal exposure. Which brings us to Section 3, Real Estate Brokerage Partnerships. This is all about providing real estate services. This right here is a crucial distinction for your test. A general partnership can buy, sell, or hold its own real estate without any special licensing. It's just like an individual selling their own home. No DBPR registration needed if you're acting as the owner. But the very second you transition to a real estate brokerage partnership, meaning you start providing real estate services to the public, bam, strict DBPR licensing and registration rules kick in. You're representing others now, and trust me, the state monitors that very closely. Section 4, Who can be partners? Let's break down those DBPR licensing rules. The DBPR is incredibly strict on this front. First up, your partnership absolutely must have at least one active real estate broker as a partner. Second, any partner who actively performs real estate services, they also have to hold an active broker's license. Now here is a massive point for the exam, so highlight this. Sales associates and broker associates are not permitted to be partners in a real estate brokerage partnership, period. No exceptions. Interestingly, though, unlicensed individuals can be partners, but only if they act strictly as investors and don't perform any real estate services. Those unlicensed partners still have to register with the DBPR, though. Oh, and before we keep going, your verification code is 208791. Okay, let's keep moving. Section 5, the 14-day rule. Let's see what happens during an active broker vacancy. This scenario brilliantly shows just how urgent DBPR compliance really is. Imagine your brokerage partnership has exactly one active broker partner. Now imagine they unexpectedly resign, pass away, or just up and leave. The clock starts ticking immediately. You have exactly 14 calendar days to fill that vacancy. During that 2-week window, your agents can finish up business that's already in progress, but you absolutely cannot take on a single piece of new business. And if you hit day 15 and that vacancy is still unfilled, the whole operation shuts down. The partnership registration is canceled, and the licenses of every single sales associate tied to that partnership instantly become inactive. Talk about a ticking clock, right? So let's pull all this together. The big takeaway today is that while general partnerships are super easy to set up, running a real estate brokerage is a whole different ballgame. You have to strictly follow DBPR licensing and registration to legally serve the public. You've got to navigate that joint liability, make absolutely sure your associates aren't acting as partners, properly register any unlicensed investors, and always, always keep an active broker at the helm, or else you're facing that brutal 14-day shutdown. As you're prepping for your exam and looking ahead at your career, I want you to really think about these rules. Ask yourself a serious business question. If you're thinking about teaming up with someone, do the perks of a partnership, the shared profits and the easy setup, do they actually outweigh the heavy burden of being personally liable for every single thing your partner does? It's a huge legal and financial decision. But hey, understanding these exact rules is the very first step in making the right choice for your future.